Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you very much for joining me for another one of my handbag reviews. Now, if you've watched one of these before, you will know that I like to have a bit of one-on-one time with my new handbag so that I can use it for various different situations and I can really get to know the bag so that I can give you guys my honest opinion. So today's handbag review is the turn of the small Chloé Tess bag. And here she is. Now, I bought this bag back in November last year, 2018, and it wasn't a bag that I initially had my heart set on. This was very much one of those bags which I kind of got sucked into the hype of, yet another it bag, and I saw it on Instagram, social media, Pinterest, all of those lovely things, and I was like, ooh, yeah, that's nice. You know, I thought it's a nice bag. However, this is where discount codes come into the mix because I am a sucker for a discount code. So this bag is currently priced at full price, 1,250 of our English pounds. Sorry, I'm not too sure what that equates to in dollars, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out. So it's, you know, it's a hefty price, a very hefty price tag for a bag. However, back in November, Net-a-Porter sent out this email to anyone that was signed up to their mailing list, and I think in all fairness they did also have it on a tiny little header bar on their website that they were offering 15% off everything on their website. Like a sucker, I was like, 15% off? That may as well be free. No, not quite. So I immediately took to both the shoe section and the handbag section and was just essentially looking for something to buy just for the sake of using that 15% off. I don't know what it is about a discount code, it just sets me into some kind of frenzy. So I found this bag. It comes in a plethora of colours, but I opted for this one. It's called Motty Grey, that's the official Chloé name. I opted for this one, purchased it. Now, excuse me, I've got my little notebook here. So 15% off, that took it down to £1,062.50. Bargain. Not. And because I was feeling a little bit, you know, put out by the fact that I'd spent over £1,000 on this bag, I then didn't pay for the express shipping, which is £5, which, can I just say, Net-a-Porter, when you're charging that much for designer goods, please scrap the shipping charge. You should be doing free shipping by now, like, please, welcome into the 21st century. So yes, I bought the bag. However, I'm going to put this down because I've actually got my worldly belongings in there while I just chat to you guys and tell you the backstory of Tess. However, I then got an email from Matches literally a couple of days later. This bag hadn't even arrived by this point. Got an email from Matches saying, you haven't shopped with us in a while, so we're going to offer you £300 off any order over £1,000. So my head started ticking, thinking, I'm pretty sure that that would be more of a discount than the 15% off. So I did some handbag mathematics and it worked out as £950 for that bag versus the Net-a-Porter £1,062.50. So I ordered the same bag again. And funnily enough, Matches shipping is really good because they have a much better express shipping. They both arrived on the same day. So I sent back the Net-a-Porter one and I kept this one from Matches just because of that discount. So I know this is going to be a handbag review, but a top tip is, and I know they're really, really annoying, but it does, if you're in the market for designer handbags, it does really pay to sign up to those newsletters from the likes of Net-a-Porter, Selfridges, Harrods, Matches, Shopbop, any of those kind of big multi-retailer sites, like department store kind of brands. It just so pays to sign up to their newsletters because occasionally on things like birthdays, of course during Black Friday, which is a given, and just randomly, if like Matches, you haven't made an order in however long, they will just send you a discount code. Winning. But tips aside, back to the bag. Right, I've discussed the colour, Motty Grey, it's nice. I like it. I went for this colour because I didn't really have a sort of grey handbag. I would kind of say it's a bit more beigey than grey, but I like it. It's not got a pinky tone to it though. I just fell in love with this colour and was like, yes, this is something that I have a gap in my wardrobe for, so that's what I'm going to go for. Now, before I get started with a full-on review of this bag, I'm just going to give you a bag tour, if you like. I've just quickly whipped out all of my worldly possessions in there so I can show you what the bag is like. Magnetic closure on the front, and we pop that open. Inside you can see that here there is a small little sort of pouch flap pocket, I'd be tempted to call it, and then one main compartment inside there which is lined in canvas, and then one completely and utterly pointless little flap flap pocket, that's the word, inside, which does absolutely nothing other than the fact that it has the brand logo stamped on it. Absolutely pointless. And that's it. That is your tour of the bag. Now, in terms of what this bag would be used for, I would 100% class this as a day bag. For me, even if you bought this in black, I don't get evening vibes from it. For me, this is not an evening bag, it's definitely a day bag. Now, on to the nitty gritty. If you've watched one of my handbag reviews before, you'll know that I like to dissect the bag into both pros and cons. So first of all, I'm going to start off with the pros. And for pro number one, I'm going to state the obvious here, but it's a nice looking bag. It is aesthetically pleasing, you know, it really is. It's beautiful. This colour in particular is lovely. I also like the beigey colour. I can't remember what that is specifically called. And there's also a really nice shade of brown as well, but it's just a nice looking bag. That's all I can say for pro number one. It looks good. Pro number two is that it has not one, but two strap options. So this one here is a slightly narrower top handle, which is removable by these little rings. They just snap in and off like that, so you can unhook it. And then strap number two is this longer and wider shoulder strap, which has 5 different adjustable holes on there so that you can change it, and it does work as a crossbody, which I have actually marked down here on my notes as a pro in itself. I find it really difficult to find a decent crossbody bag that's comfortable. This is a very good crossbody bag, let me tell you. Now, the third pro is that in typical Chloé fashion, it has two-toned hardware. So we've got gold and we've also got a touch of silver. So if you mix your metals, if you wear a mixture of both silver and gold, perfect. If you wear just one or the other, again, perfect, because there's a touch of both. So for me, I only wear gold jewellery. However, because I got engaged before I made this whole gold jewellery thing a thing of mine, I have my wedded bling, which is of course all white gold, and then to tie in with that, my watch is also gold and silver. So this for me is the perfect kind of hardware combination for the jewellery that I wear. Pro number 4, and those of you who are very practical will like this, because I often get asked about theft prevention from you guys when I'm discussing a handbag. So I'm going to show you something. As I mentioned earlier, it has a magnetic closure. You'll notice how that has not pinged open. Now, I know I haven't got anything inside the bag, and if you are slightly faint-hearted, don't watch this, because I'm going to be quite aggressive with this bag. Okay, that took quite a lot of force to get that open. So if you're, I don't know, commuting on the tube and you have your bag tucked behind you somewhere because you know you're squashed up against a window during rush hour or something, you're going to basically, it's going to take quite a lot of jiggling and, you know, pulling on this bag. You're going to feel it if someone's trying to get in there. So what I'm saying is the magnetic closure is very strong and robust. And also, watch this, I'm not going to watch, but somehow it miraculously, no matter how many times you open and close it, it just finds that magnet and clicks into place straight away. There's none of that awkward fiddling around trying to find the magnet and trying to get it closed. Every time, boom, boom, every time. That's the pros out of the way. Now we're going to move on to the cons. I was going to say the not so pros. They're called cons, Emma, that's why. Right, the cons. Con number one is it's small, which yes, I know it's small because I bought the small size. This bag comes in small, it also comes in large. However, my personal opinion on the large is that the large is, for want of a better word, ugly. The reason this bag works so well, being this small size that it is because it is this small size. When you take the bag and you double the size of it, or you just make it bigger, everything gets bigger, the hardware gets bigger, it just becomes really clumpy. And for me, it just turns into a completely different bag. I see this bag as quite a practical crossbody bag. However, when you then expand it and you make it into the large size, it's too big to be a crossbody, it's clumpy, I just don't like it. If you've got the large, I'm sorry, it's just my opinion. I think the small size is the better of the two. However, as I have just addressed, it is small. And I do struggle to fit my daily necessities within this bag. Now, for the sake of this experiment, I've just put in my iPhone X in there to show you guys what I would carry around in this bag on the daily. So, iPhone's in there, wallet, or mine's a card holder, that's in there. I don't carry around cash. I don't even remember the last time I saw cash. I don't want to touch it. Oh, so many germs. I just don't want it. I like to pay everything plastic, plastic, plastic. That way I can keep on track of it and I haven't got any pennies or coins rolling around in my bag. So, card holder, keys, and there you go. Emergency Snickers, yes. Which, by the way, I have taken to buying these in bulk. I now buy a pack of 7 from Sainsbury's for £1.50. And then potentially, depending on what I've got going on in my day, I'm going to want to take this bad boy, which is my super large power bank. This literally charges all my devices. I can charge all sorts from this, but it is quite hefty. It's weighty as well, but occasionally I do need to take that out with me because I am more often than not glued to my phone. Now that's full. It's also really heavy, but it's full. I then have to throw into the mix my vlogging camera, which, yeah, okay. And then my little tripod. Yes. So you can see where I'm going with this. It's not quite big enough to carry what I would class as my daily essentials around. Now obviously when it comes to fitting stuff in here, it's very lifestyle dependent. If you've got kids and you carry loads of stuff around with you, heck, even if you haven't got kids and you're just one of those people that likes to carry around an entire number of crap within your handbag, like my mum, who I swear she has people living in her handbag is that heavy. In fact, next time we get her on camera, when I go and see her next, I will do a what's in my bag video with my mum because I'm actually quite curious to see all the crap that she has within that bag. How she manages to carry it without breaking her back, I do not know. Shout out to mum. But as I'm saying, basically it depends on your lifestyle. If you carry loads of stuff around with you, this bag isn't gonna work. However, if you're quite minimal, you're just a, you know, keys, wallet, phone kind of girl, perfect. Con number 2. It's really noisy. Now I've said this before about my Chloé Faye bags and also actually about Chloé in general as a brand. They love a bit of hardware. In fact, not even just a bit. They love a lot of hardware. It's like hardware has just been vommed onto this bag. There's rings, there's bolts on here, more rings, just chunky as well. It's not even delicate hardware, it's chunky hardware. So this essentially is going to start to jangle and it does make noise. So it's a noisy bag. It is not for any stealthy operations that you might have to undertake. Now, my last con is something that I briefly touched on earlier, and that is this beautiful smooth leather, which is very aesthetically pleasing. However, smooth leather is notorious for getting scuffs and scrapes. Now, I haven't used this bag any more than about 7 or 8 times so far, and I've already got scuffs, scratches on here. There's one which really bugs me right at the front, one under here which has actually come from the little hardware bit underneath the flap. It's just inevitable. So my only word of advice would be, when you are buying a bag like this, just bear in mind that it's going to get scratched. So don't take it to heart, because it's going to happen. You can try and get them out with a bit of leather conditioner. I'll leave a link below for the one that I use. But otherwise, it's going to happen, I'm afraid. Hello. This is a bit awkward. But basically, we're now 3, maybe 4 days ahead of when I filmed that last section, and what I didn't realise was that the camera stopped filming as I did the summary of the bag and also my sign-off. So yeah, awkward. So I'm going to just do it now. So, the Chloé Tess bag, to summarise, and this is how crap I am. I don't even have the bag with me right now. But to summarise the Chloé Tess bag, great bag. Worth the money? Yes, if you are a minimal girl. I discussed this earlier throughout the video. If you're a minimal girl, this bag is yes, it's all the yes. If you're someone that carries a lot of stuff around, or if like me, you have a vlogging camera and all this tech equipment to carry around, it's probably not going to be great value for money, even though it is a beautiful looking bag. But we also must remember the scuff factor, the noise, but also the fact that it has an adjustable shoulder strap, which of course is winning. So all in all, it is a very lifestyle dependent bag, but man, does it look good. It's a good looking bag. Right guys, that is it for this Chloé Tess small size review. I hope you enjoyed it, found it useful. If you have any other handbag review requests, you would not believe how many times I've just had to say that without it being a tongue twister. Maybe you've seen me wearing a bag over on the gram of Insta. I'll pop that down here just in case you're not already following. Then do let me know and I will film those for you. I do already have in the pipeline the Mansour Gavriel, or Gavriel, however you would like to say it, elegant bag, which is the essentially old lady bag with the little frame lock. I'm going to film that one for you guys as well. But as always, thank you so much for watching and for joining me today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.